Hello, everyone. It's me, Alpha G. I know it's been some time since I haven't been uploading because I'm doing a lot of things and dealing with college and all that. But, anyways, you're probably wondering why I am making this video. Well, it's because of a certain someone named Yenguy challenged my hybrid, Mason. You already know him. And I did give some updates about the next version of Mason. And you're probably wondering, is Mason 2.0 going to fight this hybrid? Well, no. Reason being why Mason 2.0 is not going to fight this hybrid because I had to do, well, not only me, but some friends of mine had to do a lot of research on this guy's hybrid, Abbadon Dragon. The genetics of this hybrid is Mengalian, I can't pronounce that name, sorry, Utahraptor, has Eagle, Vulture, Cobra, Shrew, Vampire Bat, Platypus, Aprian, Sea Crate, Crocodile, and Raven, Crow. All these other genetics that this hybrid has, saying that this hybrid is a dragon, but after looking at this hybrid, I'm sorry, Yenguy, but I have to state some of the facts about this hybrid of yours. Your hybrid is going to break down, and you're probably wondering why. Well, it's because this hybrid in general is not going to be able to survive, and Mason doesn't need an upgrade to fight this hybrid. He's already strong enough to take on this hybrid of yours. Let me state out the weaknesses of this hybrid of yours. Your hybrid is too heavy to fly, because having these type of genetics of putting that on a hybrid would not only confuse it, but it wouldn't even know what it is. This is the same problem that the Indominus Rex had from the Jurassic World movie. Not only that, but some of the parts of the bones, the hollow parts of the bones and Pacifica will have some weight limits to it. And adding dense reptiles would bulk it really too much. So this hybrid would not be able to fly. And I'm sorry, but I had to be real about this. Not only that I had to go over all of this, but I had to make sure that you did your research right, because if you didn't, you need to improve on that. Make like an upgrade version or something that it can make it fly more. That way it doesn't have to be so heavy with all this genetics that you put it in. But there's some good news and there are some bad news, which is probably the walking portion and the balance issue with the hybrid genetics. Especially having that long neck of his and the balancing uprights, which will cause this hybrid with some issues. But don't worry, this hybrid is still able to swim and all that stuff, but its wings will be a very liability. So I'm sorry that I have to say this, but your hybrid has too many issues, and especially having these genetics of that of its intelligence and adding Cobra aggression and crocodile patience and whatnot. This would also not only confuse the animal, but it would, how do I say this? Overstimulate / paranoid this animal because of its other genetics that you combined it with, which would not only confuse this animal, but also make it very paranoid to its surroundings and whatnot. Especially when it comes to having this type of genetics that you put it in, especially for the strengths and weaknesses. The strengths are, well, aquatic ambushes, the venom verity is good, and intimidation with the wings and all that stuff, and smart and burst, but the weaknesses are the overload body, unstable behavior, low endurance on land, and it won't be able to fly. Even if it tried to fly, it will end up killing itself. And I'm being very real about this because I have to state a lot of facts about this hybrid of yours. So, this is why I have to state the facts about a hybrid, because if you're going to make a very strong and very durable hybrid, you need to do your research right, because if you don't do your research right with your hybrids and all that stuff, your hybrid will not always be able to do this or that. I even had to make sure about the flaws on Mason, not just on the original Mason, but also Mason 2.0, like, because not I already know that Mason is not capable of killing the Indominus 2.0, because I know I wasn't even mentioned, not on Gochi Sensor's video, but I also even had to realize the mistakes that I had for this hybrid of mine. So this is why I'm keeping this video short, because this is just a message to you, letting you know that this hybrid of yours would not be able to defeat Mason, because since I'm using realism, not just realism, but also my own stuff that I had to put on this hybrid of mine, and especially from anything else, from what I know, this hybrid of yours would not be able to survive. So, I'm sorry. So, this is just a little message to you to improve on your work and try to make your hybrid a little more better if you try to make a 2.0 or a 3.0. So, don't go too hard on your hybrid next time. And that's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys later.